Rest in peace to all the brothers and sisters lost to excessive police force. To the kids who have been lost to school shootings. Blessings out in the world to all the family and friends who've lost someone they love needlessly to violence. We really need to make a change before the problem gets way out of range. A Penman, wicked people for dead.
Hello everyone, Mullings from Ritmere here, AKA Wicked Penman. If you see the weather outside in London right now, can't make up its mind whether it wants to be sunny, whether it wants to be grey, whether it wants to rain, wants to be cold and windy, and that's sort of how I feel right now. A lot's been going on in the world, and I just wanted to reiterate my stance on a few things. For instance, today's video is going to be mostly audio. There's no real video to speak of. Hey, cut the music. Right, so today's video is, I wanted to have my say on all of the things that are going on in the world right now. I want to be clear, I don't support racism. I don't like racists. But all of this is implied anyway. For the people who doubt the sincerity behind what I'm saying right now, please go ahead and educate yourself on who I am, what I've been doing for the best part of the last decade. I've been that person that's been rolling around alone for as long as I can remember. No one backs me, no one goes out on a limb for me, no one co-signs me. I'm that guy. So, on one hand, I'm happy to see everybody's awake and functioning, and now, we can now look at uniting the race and doing some big things. On the other hand, a part of me is like, yo, I've been saying this for so long. I've even been saying to look at some of these people and look at their intentions and look at how they treat us and look how they go silent when it's things to do with us. Nobody was listening. Now all of a sudden, they're going on these investigative, journalistic witch hunts and digging out anybody that's now showing them. Like, man, I don't know. And some of the things people are picking at are things where I'm like really, is this what we're doing now? So like the Ali G and this thing and that thing, and some things might have been in poor taste, especially in the comedy realm. I think whenever you do something as hard as comedy, you always risk offending someone. You always risk going too far. But people need to know the difference between people that mean well and people that are destructive, people that wield their power to hurt black people or people from other minority groups, and the difference between other people who say things out of ignorance. It's important to be able to distinguish that. The reason it's important because certain people, like I said, they wield that power and they use it against people, and others, they just didn't know any better. And yes, you could say, but they're adults. Don't they ever travel? Don't they ever work with black people? So on and so forth. And you're not wrong for feeling that way, but you can't tar all of them with the same brush. Not everybody is racist. Some people are just they're not socialized properly. They weren't worldly enough. Their eyes weren't open clearly enough. And I said this when I was talking about like the Joaquin Phoenix speech at the BAFTAs ages ago, because people will be like, well, where were you before? And you've got to understand, a lot of people, their concern wasn't anything outside of what they were doing. And they're not wrong for that. There's a difference between that and people who just went out of their way to not acknowledge blackness and the kind of struggles that black people and other minority groups face. That's different. They're not the same thing. And I'm having people asking me questions. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? And truthfully, some of the things people are mad at, I'm not mad at. I don't care about some TV show from way back when. Let's not say don't care. Don't care is not the right right way to surmise what I think about it. I just think it's not a priority. I'm more interested in the here and now, couple years from now, what happened a couple years prior, and are people taking note and learning the lessons? Something that happened when I was a 16-year-old and it wasn't offensive to me then, am I going to be deeply wounded by it now? No, not really. Yes, some people might have been teased at school, or that's another thing. It's like bullying is never cool. But then there's a difference between being bullied and someone racially abusing you. Yes, it can happen from the same person, so on and so forth, but let's not conflate these things. Certain people were being teased because they didn't know anything better. They were just repeating what they were seeing. Other people knew exactly what it would do when, I don't know, man, I just think we need to stay on the task. And the task is unity, and it's also keeping up the pressure and letting people who historically weren't doing anything for us know that we're here and we're not going anywhere until we get justice, until we're seen as equals, until we're getting access to equal opportunities. And that's what we should be focused on. But then again, I can't tell people I can't police how you use your social media and what you use your platforms for, so on and so forth. But I just think this witch hunt culture and, this person tweeted this way back in, or they did this show 20 years ago. And what you can do is ask them categorically how they feel about what's going on right now and wait for that response. And if the response isn't compatible with their actions, that's different. But you've got to trust that people grow and evolve. And you got to give them a chance to grow and evolve. Well, like I said, I've mostly felt jaded from everything that's been going on. That, and I don't like this whole, everyone's trying to prompt this response from you. And if it's not the response that they want, then you're not down. You're not black enough. You're not, and listen, people don't try me with that stuff. Miss me with that. And I'll tell you why. I've been putting my money where my mouth is. I've been the only person willing to speak to power and say to certain people, and not giving a you-know-what that means that, these people won't take my emails and calls going in the future. I don't care. I need to correct some things because some things have been said to me, right? Some things have been done to me in terms of, and it's not even just white people. A lot of times it's our own who are in positions in the media and here, there, and they literally carry on like your job in life is to beg them for a spot. Like your job in life is to get on your knees and say, please, oh please, would you give me a little piece of bread? Listen, I work, so I'm not here to beg. I've done what I need to do to justify me being in a position that I'm trying to get into. And if you're in that position and you as a brother or sister can't see that, do you know what? This person deserves it, and I'm gonna, I'm gonna pave the way and make sure that they get into that spot. You're part of the problem as well. And I see a lot of them coming out and they're posting this and they're saying that, and you didn't know you were the only black person in this situation or in that building or had access to these resources until now. Come on now. Like, some people are using this. They're using this in a way that is very, very, very performative. That word is being used a lot, by the way, lately, but it applies to some people for sure. It's a performance, right? It's an exercise in outrage. It's an exercise in, I'm the only person in this field, and how did it get like this? The reason it gets like this is you weren't putting anyone forward. You weren't helping anyone else come through the door that had anything of note to say. You just wanted to be the only person in that situation, and anyone that ain't kissing your backside, you ain't got time for. So that's another thing, my people. We can't let people that roll like this come and take up these pseudo leadership positions telling us what to do. And you have a platform, and then you have these, oh, I'm here to support X, Y, and Z. If you're really here to support and you're really here for the people, when somebody approaches you, you better be about it. Otherwise, what are you even saying all of this for? And I've had to not call people out, but I had to say to a few people like, hang on a second, you're all outraged and this and that should be done and rare. But when people reached out to you before George, R.I.P., before, all of these instances of people being killed or like ugly racism rearing its head, where people reached out to you and said, brother, I see you in that position, or my sister, I heard you say that you wanted to help. This is where I'm at, this is what I've done. Can you please point me in the right direction? And these people are the same people that skin up their face at you. These are the same people that, they treat you less than the next man. And then they're on the air and they're on this and they're saying, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to get into calling names. I've never been that type. Even when I did my film, I didn't put anyone on blast. I wasn't trying to be messy. But it seems like this is the only thing that people respond to. So even when you look on the timeline and it's everybody unearthing tweets and conversations and emails, and honestly, the way my soul and my energy is set up, I focus on the things that nourish my soul. The things that don't, I will just strongly let you know that, yo, you see that stuff you did? That ain't never gonna work with me, and I keep it moving. To me, it's like, you're not breaking me, but you're also not helping me. And the fact of the matter is, I deserve whatever it is that I never asked for anything that I haven't worked towards. That's not me. So I'm not like I want to be an F1 driver, but I don't even have a go-kart license. But I'm like, yo, Lewis Hamilton, bless me with the hookup, bruv. Like, nah, I'd make sure I've done more than what I need to do to ask you for that little nudge, that little nugget. Because I'm ready. I want to be ready. I want you to go, if you push the button and say, yeah, I'm going to help you, bro. I want to be able to just go through smooth sailing and it never be an issue, or anyone has anything bad to say about me or you, or like, yo, why did you send this person to me? That person is a waste of time. They can never say that about me. But still, this is how some people treat you. Like you're literally going to go in there and stink up the joint and make them look bad, or this or that. Or they just don't want to see you be like a duck to water and take to it. Or maybe they know that what you lack is opportunity and they just don't want to see you have it. In which case, like I said, just stop labeling yourselves as being here for the people. Just stop it, because it's not true. Now, I might sound angry, unfocused, but in my defense, I took all the risks. I put my head on the chopping line. I wasn't willing to just be one of these, I'm gonna lay down and let people steamroll me. I would check people regularly, right? Whether it be distributors, broadcasters, radio presenters, I've had all these people try and tell me that the reason you're not gonna go nowhere is because you didn't kiss my backside. Like, for real, nah. I refuse to believe that. And yeah, it's cool to see people seem like they're ready to now have that conversation and listen, and also understand that a lot of how we've been treated isn't right. And a lot of how our own have been complicit to certain things isn't right. So hopefully this energy, stays up. It's a shame it took, so much sadness, so much vitriol, so much demonstrating for people to understand that we're human and we're here, and that, it'd be nice to have support. And people have taken the forgiving nature, the welcoming nature, and the capacity for kindness of Black people for granted for too long. But yeah. Apologies if this is some, unfocused rant, but I really needed to get this off my chest because, yeah, like, I've been overwhelmed with content and requests to do this, do that, and I'm not jumping to anyone's beat right now. If you want to support me, if you want to know what I've been up to, please check out, writtenmirror.com, youtube.com/writtenmirror, Instagram, Twitter is @writtenmirror. And yeah, and if you want to listen to some of the music, it's Wicked Penman on all platforms. Wicked, one word, Penman, the other word, Penman. But yeah, like I said, I'm not begging for anything. If people want to support me, support me. If you don't want to support me and you don't want to wish me well, that's fine too. But what I'm not going to have is people acting like, oh, I've just awoken or I'm just awake now. No. I've been down from the very beginning. I've been trying to say a lot of what is being said now, and it's not frustrating. No, it's not even frustrating. I just wish people took all of this serious sooner. The friends who were meant to be supporting the business and people that know people in places that, have access to resources and people that, that we need to. Why weren't you making that available? So let's say you do carpentry, and then someone that knows a carpentry supplier that's looking for your wares, and I don't understand why why people are waiting until now to go, yeah, let's connect everyone and let's show these people and businesses and entrepreneurs and skilled artisans, let's show them some love now. What were you people doing all this time? Anyway, J. Mullings, Written Mirror. And until next time, again, apologies for the lack of video, but I felt like the message was most important today, and you don't really need to see my face to hear what I'm saying and feel me. You feel me? All right, I'm out.